In this case, we suppose we have an online store and we will allow customers to ask for their order status. We will use a Google Sheets template you can copy and add the information for every active order. Here is order ID, order status, notes and customer's name. When a user uses WhatsApp to ask about his order status, 2Chat will use this data for any answer. The sheet must be called Orders. Go to Apps Script section. Now you must enable execution permissions for this code. Select the DoPost method and click on Debug. Click on Review Permissions. Select the Google account you will use to run the code. Click on Allow. Now you can stop the code execution. We must deploy the code as a web app. Click on Deploy and next on New Deployment. The type must be web app. If it's not selected, use the drop-down. You can add a name for this deployment. In the field named Execute As, select the same account you give permissions before. In the field named Who Have Access, select Anyone and click on Deploy. Click on Authorize Access. And select the same account from the previous steps. Now you have a public URL to use in 2Chat as an API. In 2Chat you must create a flow with the following components. In the initial step, select the phone number and use message received as trigger. Next you can attach a text menu where one of the options will ask for the order ID. In this case, the option 1 will be used to check order status. To this menu option attach Message and Wait for Reply component, where you will ask for the order ID and stored in a custom field named Order ID. Now we will use the Google Sheets URL. For this, add an HTTP component. Go to your Google Sheets script and copy the URL. Paste it in the field named Request URL and select Post as request type. You won't need parameters or headers in this case. In the body, you must add a JSON structure as displayed in the video, with the order ID, and select the order ID custom field created in the previous step. Now we must use the response section to map the return structure to 2Chat custom fields. Use the JSON evaluation path as shown in the video to map the custom fields order status, notes, customer name, and order ID. To the Success connector attach a filter component. When the order is not found, the service will return a 0 in the order ID field. So when the order ID is no 0, it means that the order was found and we can return information to the user. To the True connector from the filter, add a Send WhatsApp message component and use the returned custom fields to create an answer. Remember, you can select the custom fields as shown in the video and use them with your own text. We can add components to send a message when the order is not found or when the HTTP component returns an error. Remember, always connect the components to the menu. From the false connector of the filter, return a message informing that the order wasn't found. And from the failed connector in the HTTP component, add a message informing that something was wrong and that the customer must contact the customer service team. Save and publish the flow. Let's try the flow. Here the flow displays the menu. Select the option and ToChat will asks the order ID. Enter an order ID. Here ToChat will use the HTTP component to recover the order status data. And here you will see the answer. This is a sample on how to use the HTTP component in ToChat to request data from other API.